Now, here they are. Why am I introducing these buffoons? I'm William Shatner, goddammit.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Yes. William Shatner, by the way, from Montreal. Yes.
How great was Montreal? My God.
I've been crowing about it since we got back.
It's kind of depressing to be back here.
Oh, geez.
Can't we just stay on the road?
People asked how it was, and it was the proverbial without a hitch.
Yeah.
Without a hitch, it went off.
Two perfect broadcasts.
Did it seem like a month ago that we went up there? It
Yeah.
seemed like a week ago.
I know, right?
It's been a few days.
Yeah.
A few beach days.
Yeah. It was just amazing. The show,
yeah.
Technically,
Yep.
it was one of the best live broadcasts we did. There wasn't one problem. We didn't have even the smallest of issues didn't pop up technically. And then to have a room full of a cool crowd and those comics just made it
perfect. I was kind of looking around for 2 days going, God, there must be something I can bitch about.
What?
Give me something.
I know. What the?
This is very uncomfortable to be so happy.
It's pretty goddamn cool, man.
And then they gave us headphones as we're leaving as a little...
Oh, yeah.
As a little thank you. I'm like, what do you mean? We should be thanking you.
Those headphones were
Did you
nice.
get those headphones?
No. I think they gave them to me, and I asked someone to get them, and they're gone.
Oh, boy.
Jimmy.
They're terrific headphones, too. I want to bring them in here and try them out.
I'm going to keep mine from Compound.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
why not?
fuck.
Yeah, they were good. The ones we used up there, they were pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I liked them.
Did you like the headphones?
I remember being fine with them, but I don't remember.
I remember them being very, very good. So
Oh, okay.
I loved them. Montreal's a cool place, man. Holy fuck.
Yeah, it really is.
I did a lot of walking around. And,
Did you?
Yeah, they know how to just fucking chill up there. Every park has some little weird thing happening.
Yeah.
And the smell of pot.
A lot of the weed.
Why is Travis laughing? Pot smells wonderful.
Because I'm laughing because everybody up there smokes. It's just
it's
that's just how it is.
unbelievable.
Yeah, there's a lot of
everyone's just walking around, being
weed.
nice and smoking.
Right. It just makes you want to smoke pot.
I was in a cab at one point, and
the cab you were smoking?
No.
Oh, okay.
But the cab.
Are you allowed to do that? Are you allowed to smoke and drive?
There was a car in front of us that stopped.
Yeah.
Which left us kind of in an intersection.
Right.
And then another car wanted to go through the intersection and was stopped there waiting for us to move, and that was waiting for the car in front. And I'm just sitting there I'm starting to boil. I'm just looking like, if I was that guy, I'd fucking be
right.
Not a hunk.
No, they don't care,
They
man.
just waited.
But it was nice.
I know.
Didn't you just go with it?
Yes.
What, the restaurant you picked that one night, the steak joint, what was it called? That's that
Moish's.
Moish's. It was
Moish.
terrific.
Very good.
And
Moish's.
we walked home from there, and I'm thinking it's going to be a really long walk. It wasn't that far from the hotel because the ride up was exactly what you're talking about. It was bumper to bumper, no one making any moves.
No moves, no horns, nothing.
And I decided to go, you know what, just fucking go with it. Relax. Who cares?
Yeah. It was pretty damn cool.
I didn't hear one honking of the horn.
No honking horn. No fucking yelling on a street corner. People fighting or screaming about shit. It was amazing.
Well, the one thing you're not allowed to do is cross the street, though, unless that fucking the walking sign is
Really?
illuminated.
Is that Biggie?
Yeah, a couple of our guys saw like 4 people just get yanked to the side because they attempted it.
Really?
By traffic cops or whatever the hell the constable, whatever the hell they're called up there. And then I made a move, and there was like 2 like homeless people, like, oh boy, you shouldn't be doing that.
Oh, you're a crazy rebel.
And I'm looking at them like, well, maybe you shouldn't be doing what you're doing.
Oh man.
But I guess you're not. Didn't you notice no one fucking walks until it's time?
I didn't even notice that. No.
Because like in New York, you look, if there's no fucking traffic, you're not waiting for any fucking time to walk signs. Mm-hmm. But up there, they hold their spots and wait it out.
That's it. You got to wait, just like it's a light.
That's the only thing that drove me a little nuts. But besides that, Montreal's a great place.
I mean, why rush, right? Just
right?
Why rush? Just hang out.
Just wait for that light.
I was watching a punk band doing it in French. I'm like, what? How do you sing in French?
The whole French thing.
We were also lucky enough to be up there during Mural Festival, so there was all sorts of street art everywhere.
I love the street art.
Really cool.
Your wife turned me on to some street art.
Yeah, she found some real cool stuff.
She told me exactly where it was. So on the way home from the steak joint, we stopped and took a whole bunch of pictures. It's on my Instagram. Some fucking great artwork. Holy shit.
Yeah, there was time to fucking, hang out.
But I
go places. It's nice.
But in this park, it's a punk band. I'm like, what are they singing about?
Wow.
But it sounded great.
In France.
I couldn't tell you one word they sang, though.
Francais.
And they're all dancing and smoking pot, and they're petting their dogs.
How right was
in
Judah
heaven.
about the vagary, though? I couldn't
That
not
was
notice
so
that.
funny.
I couldn't not.
Juda's a weirdo.
When Judah first
He's
started
just a weirdo.
talking about it, I'm like, all right, what the fuck is he talking about? And then I got it, and he was like, yes. And then you realized how vague everyone is up there.
His concepts are, I'm not sure if they're brilliant or just, or if he's just a weirdo.
Brilliant. I think he's
brilliant too.
He's
to be honest
brilliant.
with you.
Yeah.
But he comes up with these things. At first, you're thinking, what? And then you let it sink in. You're like, wow, that's pretty fucking smart.
Yeah.
That's some smart shit right there.
Yeah, he picked up on something that.
I got to ask the one question. Someone has to ask. The drop the check thing, was that a bit?
No, but
Oh, see? I didn't know.
Hilarious. He just fucking went
That
off
wasn't
on
a bit.
that. No.
For a second, I thought, okay, he got us. That's a bit.
No, I don't think so.
No, I think
I went to the website when he was talking.
It's not a bit.
No.
He really is trying to get comedy clubs
forget the
across
name.
America to not drop the checks while the comedian's still doing his set.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sitting there the whole time. I was really confused, like a lot of people going, wait, is this a bit?
No, he has 653 signatures on his petition at dropthecheckspot.org.
All right.
Yeah.
But the vagary, why? Did you run into some of that after
The
Judah
whole
said it?
time about getting sets and set times and everything in stone and trying to find out when I was on the gala. They won't tell you anything. Well, no, we don't. We haven't really done that yet.
Wow.
I want to rip my face off.
Yeah, there's no commitment to anything.
And they wouldn't tell me anything. And the night before I do the gala, I bumped into Whitney Cummings. I'm like, did they tell you anything? She's like, yeah, I have the list. And she showed me the list, and it was fine.
Right.
But like, why couldn't they just do that?
Yeah.
It's so weird how they don't want to tell you things up there.
No, they don't.
They don't want to just give you information.
It is odd.
Yes or no?
Yeah. Go
Dude,
ahead.
they're not definitive at all. Like, Americans are probably seen as very aggressive, like fucking
right.
ABP. They don't fucking do that.
They
up
don't
there.
even have a fucking language commitment.
No.
It's
No.
English, it's French. Whatever.
But the brilliance of that, I was thinking about as I was walking around, because you stop for a coffee or a little lunch or something, and they all start with bonjour. Because that, I guess, is the prominent one they really are trying to push up there.
Uh-huh.
And if you go hi, then they switch to English. Like, this whole city is bilingual. How cool is that?
It is amazing.
That's try to wrap your head around that.
Yeah.
Imagine your little hometown if everyone in your hometown spoke 2 languages.
I know.
Miami.
Yeah, but there's not many places, is my point.
It is pretty amazing.
They go, bonjour, and you go, hi, and then, oh, okay.
Oh, you're one of them.
A dirty American.
Hello, how may I help you?
Yeah.
Yes.
We got to go back. We got to make that an annual thing.
That was great.
I think so, right? I think everyone is on the
why
same
not?
page. But, of course,
Comics are great.
just trying to keep the positive energy from Montreal. But I do want to say they will fuck it up, and we will not be in Montreal next year.
Oh,
I just
thought you
know.
guys-
I just know.
I didn't get an inkling that you guys liked it.
I just know it has to be said. It was a perfect broadcast, perfect 2 days. In general, people love the shows. I shouldn't even say in general. I think overwhelmingly,
It was,
people love the shows.
People loved it.
We should do more than 2 days next year with all the
That's
comedians
great.
that are there. Like,
Yeah, I think we could do 2-3 days easy. So.
Yeah, I would definitely do 3 up there.
Yeah,
3
the
days, maybe.
Comics was so much fun, man, to have there. We had like 8 comics on 2 couches. Every mic worked.
Oh, it was perfect.
And no one was really talking over each other, which is
No.
That's the tough thing when you got a room full of funny people and microphones on.
You got to take your time before you bash DeRosa.
Oh my God!
Everyone knew it's a stand-in line.
I think the small crowds helped. The fact that we did like 50 people, and because it's usually so crazy for these things,
Right.
we actually did like a regular show. Like I remember, Ann was talking about something that it was something about the news. I'm like,
Yeah.
We normally couldn't do this during a live event.
Yeah.
Like it was just a normal
No,
chat
the
about
people
something.
were really, really respectful of
Unbelievable.
the fact that there was a broadcast going on, and when they when we wanted them to be involved, they were. It wasn't Wasn't some fucking waiting with you fucking fuck.
Jesus. Like what? What do you want?
I know.
Are you a fan?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I saw the heads of the festival, the two guys that really are way in charge of it at the last night, and they were asked how it was, and I told them it was great, and they said, yeah, we heard everything went really well. So it's like, you know, people knew that the broadcast went well.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think the festival was very happy with it. I know we were.
Festival was great. The fucking, and what was that, Friday night? We had a great time at the what the hell was the name of that place? The Secret Show.
Oh, the St. Catherine's Theater.
Yeah, St. Catherine's Theater. That was a lot of fun too, man.
Anthony did stand up.
Oh my
God! Did stand up
by himself.
Did stand up?
Dude, the woman comes up and she's like, okay, well, you go up and you do 8 minutes. I'm like, fucking 8 minutes. And then she's writing all the other comics down and she's like, 8 minutes. I'm like, the fuck, are you kidding me?
See, we just did 8 minutes here. This is easy.
Oh.
For what Jimmy does, 8 minutes on the stage, that's like...
Oh, my God.
Oh, were you just having an anxiety attack?
No,
I had to beat it out of...
What?
I had to beat it out of Montreal, and you and Jimmy did the gig.
Yeah, it was fun.
So did he do well?
Crazy,
yeah, it was really...
Did you do bits? What did you do for 8 minutes?
I talked a little bit about Montreal.
I'm not saying you can't pull it off. Of course you could pull it off, but wow. Okay.
I don't even remember.
You just went with it.
Just kind of.
Did he get laughs?
Popping up.
He did definitely get laughs.
Nice. Good for you, brother.
And it was weird. It was.
You should have done that a long time ago.
That's fucking weird.
Because I knew you weren't there, so it was like, me and Ant going up, we could have done, but it felt more like, well, if it's not Opie and Anthony, fucking Anthony can do it. Let him go up there and just talk and bullshit and fucking, you know what I mean? And it was like, it worked well. I knew it would work.
I think
it was cool, definitely.
But I think in some ways it's easier too, because like when we do these live gigs, they always want us to do like a fucking, I don't know, Martin and Lewis or something.
I know, right?
It's like, it almost is easier if you're just up there by yourself. Yeah. Not to take away from what you did by any stretch, trust me.
Not at all, but it is. It's like weird.
But sometimes it does feel a little easier when you just go up by yourself.
Just have like top hats and two canes and do one of those.
Right. Well, then you look at the other guy like, oh, okay, I got to get him involved.
Yeah,
wait, it's my turn to talk. Wait, is it his or my turn? I don't fucking know.
That's funny. You guys fucking like killed though. It was so much fun. I was cracking up.
It was a good show. It was but it was more the favorite part was watching you go up there for like, as a guy who's never done stand up before,
right?
Like ever. And just to see you riffing and what did you say about this? Someone you're like, I'll Zimmerman you. You had a couple of really funny ones. And then he was just kind of goofing on the comics as they came and went and going back and forth. But it was.
Wait, you had a host?
He hosted. But
Wait, you had to do 8 minutes and host?
Yeah, he hosted the whole show.
It was crazy. Fuck. That's what I was saying. I'm like, what? I got to go up.
Do we have any audio of that?
Between every comic?
I mean, unless somebody recorded
Oh, my God.
Sam and I...
That's not the deal we made.
It was crazy.
Because that's not our strength.
I know.
Holy fuck, I'm having anxiety and I didn't have to do it.
Well, you didn't have to do anything in between. Like the host, it is acceptable for the host to go, come on, how about a hand for Colin?
Yeah. Right.
Your next act's a good... He literally could have just done that.
Wow.
And,
Oh, I wish I could see video of this. Someone had to have filmed it.
It was
I
crazy.
think it's somebody.
How about the guy that was filming our radio show and Gary had a fuck... The guy was so excited. Like,
oh, was he ever?
He'll never see us again because he's from that area. Maybe, I mean, if we come back next year.
Yeah.
He's filming the show from the audience. Like, it's not even going to be a good quality video. And Gary shuts him down like it's
He tweeted me. He was like, hope I didn't get you guys in trouble.
Some friends will come over. He'll be like, hey, dude, check this out. They'll watch like 2 seconds of it. That's it. That's all he has. What's he going to do with it?
I mean, whatever. The Grateful Dead made a living letting their fans film the shows. Of course, Pearl Jam's doing it. But we can't.
No.
We're so valuable you can't film us.
Don't film us.
While we're doing a radio show? What is wrong with these people?
Oh, God.
What did he think would happen with that?
I think that it's going to go somewhere and it's going to cut into their profits.
How?
I don't know.
It's getting pay content.
I don't know.
How?
That's what they think, though.
I would almost see it if, like, we did a lot of live broadcasts, and every single live broadcast there was a guy with a high-quality setup. Then I could see their point.
Yeah, high quality. Right, exactly.
But a guy has his camera down near his crotch, hoping to catch a couple funny lines.
Yeah, that's all.
Jesus.
All that would do is make people want to listen to the show if it's funny.
Yeah.
It only does that.
Oh,
it's only good.
Especially since the material's different every day. Like, if you give away one day, it's just going to make people want more. If you give away music, there's only one album. There's one Metallica Black album. This is different every day, so people aren't going to hear it and go, well, I've heard the one show.
Yeah, I heard their show.
They'll be like, I want to hear more of it. It changes every day.
Of course. Of course. We're not a band where you have, one album that comes out every 5 years, so all those songs are so valuable. I could see it. That could be a problem if, a live version of a song's online or something. But let me say hi to Jeff in Massachusetts. Jeff.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
How much did you love Brad Williams? I think he's hilarious, and he did a great job.
Yeah, that thing
funny.
That thing came about out of nowhere. Jay Moore just texted me.
You were calling him a thing. I thought you were going to say that thing was funny.
Jay texted me and said, "You got to follow Brad Williams." I'm like, all right, I trust Jay. And then it turned out he was up there, and he was just sitting in on the show, and we met him. I'm like, fuck, do some time on the couch. Let's see how it goes. And he killed.
Yeah, it was good.
He was the midget comic, just so people know. Huh?
He has a great podcast about last night with Adam Ray. He's another phenomenal comedian out of Los Angeles. And I really don't care for Los Angeles-based comedians. I'm more of an East Coast guy. But those two are very funny and have a great podcast.
It depends on where they're from, too. Most L.A. comics are transplants, like from somewhere. Very few are born and bred in Los Angeles. It's like, like with Vegas people. Usually they come from somewhere else.
Yeah.
But Brad was at the Nasty Show, and I saw him the night before. And we said hello and everything, and I knew we didn't know each other well, but it was just casual. And he goes, yeah, Opie follows me on Twitter. That was what he said to me. I'm like, all right.
That just happened. I mean, the whole thing went down only a couple days ago.
Yeah, he might even said, Opie just started following me.
He's a bit pushy.
Yeah.
He's a bit, but if you're 2.5 feet tall, I guess you gotta be.
Yeah, you learn. How many times can you run through the dog door and yell "surprise"?
Right.
But he said, "Where are you guys broadcasting? I'm gonna come by." He was really.
That's what I mean by being pushy. He went from Jay told me to follow him because he's a funny guy to he's starring on our show the next day. He's a bit pushy.
That's funny.
But he was a fun dude, man. He was really cool. I heard he destroyed. I saw some video of his closing. And there's him, and then there's Amy's old opener, who is, oh my God, I know her name. Bridget, who was on the show, on the Nasty Show. Wow, what a fucking... And Jimmy Carr went on right in between them. And
Holy
it's amazing
shit.
to me how he just didn't give a fuck about following either one of them. He's amazing, this guy.
Let me ask you something.
He was great.
Yeah, he was
great.
really
Oh, Jimmy Carr?
Yeah. He was really good.
I wish we had him on.
Yeah,
What
he'll come
happened?
on. He just... I think
There's
he
a time thing that happened?
I think so, but I think
He was
they
completely
drink.
confused by his publicist gave him the wrong
that
information. He was very apologetic.
I think half of them just drink and don't want to do it in the morning. Like, I think Eddie Izzard and a lot of those guys, they're out till fucking 5 in the morning at parties, and they don't want to get up at a festival.
So we should just do afternoon drive next time. Fuck.
We could do that, too.
Why not? Or do a weird noon show that plays all day. I mean, with the on-demand app and our own channel, you'll get it.
I think afternoon drive would have been a good idea.
I want to ask you about Brad Williams. So obviously he's a midget. He talks about it more than anyone else. So you got to work that into your stand-up. And then when does he do the crossover where now he's just a funny fucking dude on stage?
Right.
How does that work, Jimmy?
I don't know.
I'm asking you.
I was asking him.
Oh.
I asked him that because
he would be. I'm sorry, but the second part of the question, because not a question but a statement. He would be considered a hack if he did 45 minutes on just being a midget.
Yeah, it's really hard to say because it's the first thing everybody sees. So you have to address it.
Okay.
And there's a lot of you don't see that. It's like black comics you see a lot of, or fat comics, or women, or men, or you don't see that many. I think he's a dwarf. I'm not sure what technically it, but you don't see that many guys doing stand up.
No.
So for a while, people do want to hear about things from your, I hate to say point of view, but they do want to hear from you about all right, we've heard a million midget jokes and short jokes, but what's it like from that fucking side of the fence?
Right.
So I don't know what the right amount is, but he can probably do a lot more. I think for him, it would be a lot less annoying to hear him doing short jokes than it would be to hear a black comic doing the same black jokes or Irish doing the same Irish jokes, because we've seen a lot of guys doing that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've never seen him do a full set, but I'd be interested to. Like, I've never seen him do a half hour. You know, but for 10 minutes, you can do one subject and people won't get sick of it.
People want to know if we had any problems with the language since Canada's so strict. No, I don't know how that works.
No.
There was some rape jokes on our show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got the Montreal Gazette did not enjoy my material on the gala.
Really?
Yeah. No.
What they wrote? Yeah.
They didn't. It was a very weird.
Where's the article?
Yeah, it was the day after the gala, and some guy twittered me and he goes, "Hey man, this bitch said you were the one." He called her a cunt, the one lowlight of the evening on Whitney's gala. So I was like, "Oh fuck!" And actually, I had a really good set.
Who was the lineup?
Whitney hosted.
Right.
I can't remember the order, but it was myself, Dov Davidoff, Neil Brennan, a Canadian guy whose name I don't remember.
I have the names here.
Oh, you got him. Okay.
Jim Norton, Damian Lemon, Bridget Everett, Catherine Ryan, Derek Seguin.
Yeah, I think he's Canadian. Yeah,
pronouncing that. Dov Davidoff and Neil Brennan.
And this was the HBO thing?
No, whatever their HBO is. But
right.
it didn't go out live like it did last year. It was shot and it was taped. And what she said about me, it wasn't like a bad review. I was like ready to get trashed. The low light was, she's like, I don't like, and is it right there? Oh, you got it. Okay.
Low lights. Call me a prude, but I am not a fan of bits that work off the words rape and rapist. I can appreciate the craft used by Jim Norton. He was talking about how most women like men with big energy, but I have rapist energy.
She's quoting me.
That's the quote. But not for me.
So it wasn't but it was like, that's almost
her cup of tea.
She's allowed to say that. She's not shitting on me. She didn't say.
She is allowed to say that.
I mean, she did say I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
Not that you shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah,
you know?
that's all. That's perfectly legit. It's silly though to get so. What annoys me about it?
She's pushing some feminism in there though, which bothers me. Why don't you just be a fucking, a critic for comedy?
Well, it wasn't even a rape joke.
I know it, but she's putting her personal fucking feminism in there, I think.
It was like, it wasn't even that's what bugs me about it. It's like, it wasn't a rape joke. Like, not that I wouldn't do one, but that joke was just about, I talk about being insecure and fucking frightened of meeting women, so it comes off as menacing.
Right.
It's like, I'm just saying it, but the word rape.
Yeah, that wasn't even a rape joke. You're right.
Like, come on, you got to be a big girl or a big boy when you're listening to live stand-up. Because guys are talking about murder.
Of course.
And drunk driving and...
Right, that's not her cup of tea, but murder and stuff.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
But the word rape sets you off, regardless of context. Unless, of course, the news is using it, then it's acceptable. Yeah. But she did say, I can appreciate the craft, and it's just not for me. So it's like, you can't be mad.
It's kind of hard to bash her.
Yeah, she's not saying he shouldn't do it.
I mean, fuck her, but,
All right, I guess.
People want to know what happened with the two girls that we did the dating game with.
Exactly what I knew would happen. Exactly. I'm never wrong about that stuff.
Complete blow-off?
No, they were both Canadian girls. I've never had amazing success with. It's kind of like it's like a foreign country. A Philly was a foreign country. Like there's so many. Yeah, hey, what's going on? Va tu faire foutre? S'il vous plaît?
That's pretty good.
But I like certain markets for me, like Boston girls I love. Philly girls I've struck out horribly with historically. Like they make you think they like you, then nothing. That's how it is in Canada. So I knew that the dating game, the girl I picked was the one who was the bigger fan.
From Toronto.
Yeah, but I knew. Remember I said to you, I'm going to go with the other girl? And Ant convinced me, and Colin in the brain. And I think you did too. You got to go with the Colin's like, she fucking flew here for you. I'm like, she didn't. So I picked her. Now, it turns out she had flown in to see the festival and was very happy that we were going to be there, which is okay. And we went to lunch.
Oh, she wasn't a fan?
Oh, she was a hardcore fan, but she didn't fly in for that. She was in for the festival, and then we just happened to, and she was
so
very
it all just
psyched.
worked out. Gotcha.
And then we went out to lunch, and we had a nice lunch. She was
so
nice...
she at least went out to lunch.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's all you want right now.
She was a nice girl.
You just want a few lunch dates.
But, yeah.
Then once you're on lunch.
Of course.
But as soon as lunch was done, she went her way, and I went up and took a nap. And
was there a little peck, a little kiss, a little thank you for lunch kiss?
Yeah, I got a little hug goodbye, but I was ready to shake hands. But she was, again, I can't trash her because she just showed up for a live radio show. She didn't show up to be sodomized. So the fact that she didn't want to be ass fucked by a guy is fair enough.
Yeah.
And she did go to lunch.
I can't shake a woman's hand ever.
No?
No. It's
How do you do? How do you do?
It's either like a little wave or
evening.
or deep penetration. You can't.
Balls deep.
I don't know, man. Do you shake women's hands in general?
It's very rare. It's very business.
It's strange when it happens, right?
Business-like thing.
No. But certainly not a fan of the show. I wouldn't be able to just shake their hand like that.
Yeah, then I'm fucking, leading with my balls. Hey, grind against her leg.
Playing soccer today.
They're outside playing soccer now.
I don't know what happened. This is like... I've been around long enough to know that they're just doing morning zoo shit now on Fox News.
Every day.
Fox and Friends, they're just doing morning zoo crap. They're playing soccer as they wear their ties. Like,
yeah, he's got all his mic equipment on, and he's
stupid.
Like, look at me, I'm getting through.
Could you see us doing that? Like, no.
Oh, a little physical contact.
And she's in her high heels.
She's in her
that's
high
crazy.
heels.
She's playing goalie in high heels.
And he scored. He should have. Imagine if he just drilled it right into her face.
Fucking as hard as he could kick it right into her face, she would be
broke her nose.
Devastated.
That's how we would do it.
Oh, my nose.
Just to keep it fun, you know?
Yeah, sure.
And look, no one goes there to even check it out. Like, they're playing soccer in the middle of New York, and no one cares.
I think they're trying to push that Fox 1 sports thing that's coming up.
What's that?
They got a sports channel. Fox is going to start.
There's not enough of those. It's
delve
good.
into that. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How does any one of these channels get an audience? There's too many.
Regis has a show on there.
Oh, does
Regis.
it?
What's he talking about sports?
Notre Dame all the time. That's all they talk about.
That's the only offer he got, huh? He doesn't want to be talking sports. He wants to talk maybe a little sports. He doesn't want to be doing a sports show.
Sports show.
That was the only offers he got after he held out, huh?
18 days.
What's going on with A-Rod?
What is going on? I don't know.
Well, A-Rod is just showing the whole world how much of a dick he is because they're about to ban him.
He's done.
And he said he's going to fight. And now they're saying that
if he fights,
Celia could just say, nope, sorry, I'm banning you.
Yeah, they could pull out that little rule that says if
what is the rule?
If you're doing something that's detrimental to the game,
affecting the integrity of the game.
Integrity of baseball, they could throw you the fuck out permanently.
Unless you're an owner.
And Celia,
right? Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
He would be suspended under the collective bargaining agreement and not for steroids.
When was the last time that the commissioner did this?
I don't think ever.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Wow, they hate A-Rod.
They fucking hate him.
He's out to get A-Rod. Like that's all this is.
So why hasn't it happened yet?
Because they're just preparing. They're
legal wrangling.
Yeah. They're just making sure that all the I's are
ducks in a row.
All the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed.
Right.
Yeah, because this is much more to do with A-Rod interfering in the investigation than it has to do with him taking drugs.
Gotcha.
What did he do in the investigation to interfere?
He allegedly...
He interfered.
Yeah, he intimidated witnesses. He tried
By
to...
how? What, did he threaten to play for their team?
He...
I'll DH for the... no!
He tried to get, evidence and destroy evidence. And so
he did what any of us would have done.
Right.
When faced with steroid.
Exactly.
Every report I've read, baseball has a mountain of evidence against
But it's taken forever. Yeah. That's the weird part.
I just think they're being incredibly careful.
So they don't want to blow it?
This is so unprecedented. At best, I've heard, he'll be suspended for the rest of this year and all of next year.
Yeah, I heard he can't come back till 2015.
Yeah.
That's
and then
he'll
be a 40-year-old on 2 surgically replaced hips who hasn't played baseball in 2 years.
And he can't fucking take what he took to hit home. But what's his home run thing? Because there was a shot at him breaking the record.
Oh, yeah, if he hadn't gotten injured, if he had stayed,
he would have done
the course. I definitely think he would have beaten Barry Bonds. Yeah,
but with the drugs though.
How many behind is he?
I don't know, but it's like, how much do drugs really help? Like you still have to hit a baseball from in a split second, you have to determine where the ball's going, how fast it's going, and
the argument to that is, and I kind of agree. I don't care what these guys take, but if you have the hand-eye coordination, most of those guys have that.
Right.
How many guys bat 280 lifetime, 260 lifetime, and you don't count deep flyouts? How many guys would have had that extra 50 feet?
Right.
Had
I'm
they
not saying it doesn't help, but you know, he still would have been one of the greatest ball players
Caught on
ever
the warning track. Caught on the
that.
warning track. That one to the warning track. Caught on the warning track. Like all those would have been home runs.
Yeah.
Right.
What Babe Ruth did was amazing because nobody was doing it. I mean, he was hitting more home runs than teams.
A-Rod is in 5th place right now with 647 homers all time. Yeah, he's just under, what has he got here? A little over 115 behind Barry Bonds, looks like, right?
And then
115 homers. He would have done that.
Golden Boy Jeter fucking comes off the DL, steps up to the plate, first pitch, wham, out of the fucking place. Little wave. Hi, everybody.
I'm back.
There's a home run for you.
You know, it was quite a day. Jeter hit a home run. Soriano got the game-winning RBI. Mariano Rivera saved the game. It was 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
I was going to add Ortiz, took out a phone.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
And almost his player's head.
He was
the
very
Yankees
angry.
of 2003 looked very good this week.
Yes.
Well, everyone knows A-Rod's in deep fucking trouble, but I'm just wondering when they're going to finally do it.
It could be today.
Oh, you think?
Oh, yeah.
It's coming down this week, you think, Travis?
Absolutely coming this
week.
He's going
to. His lawyer says he's appealing any decision, but an appeal could cost him the rest of his career.
Yeah, and that's why C League would suspend him under the collective bargaining agreement, because you can't play while you're appealing under that suspension. If you appeal a drug suspension, you can play while the appeal is going on.
Oh, why can't you appeal play during the other one? Collective bargaining.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. It's
just the rule of what they set up. I don't know.
What does it mean, the collective bargaining? Like, how are they suspending him on collective bargaining? Was it because he interfered with the integrity of the game?
I don't know the exact words to use, but somebody that is interfering with the integrity.
So if they suspend you, say for like you're a suspected pedophile, or there's good evidence that you raped somebody and you just haven't been convicted yet, you're not going to play through.
Exactly.
They could suspend you under collective bargaining. Okay.
So who has a chance at the home run record now? Because A-Rod's out.
I thought Rod Carew had it.
That's just it.
Who's the next guy that's still playing?
I don't know, because, I mean, every time you think it's going to be somebody, it ends up not being somebody. Everybody thought, well, Albert Pujols is going to be the greatest player ever, and he goes to Los Angeles and
without the fucking steroids, no one's doing that anymore. There's no real fucking crack. McGuire and fucking Sosa just
pretty amazing.
Launching balls over the wall.
It's amazing, though. You take a little supplement or a little needle, next thing you know, you're hitting these fucking monster home runs.
Fucking holiday ham arms.
Of course, you still have to have the skills, but someone in a lab goes, okay, you got the skills now, all right. He's measuring it out just perfectly.
That's some power.
That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Why can't they take them, though? Part of me is like, why can't they?
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, me neither.
Made for great games.
I don't know him personally. I mean, it's this old gag, but it's the truth. When you go to a sporting event, you want to see some shit go down. I don't give a fuck what they're doing to their bodies if you get to see a 550-foot fucking home run hitting your car in the parking lot.
And what's the difference between that and he goes to the gym and works out every day? He's eating right.
Right.
He's doing things to better his...
Eating better?
Go to the gym. Aging better.
And
he's like, what's the difference between that and you do a few drugs?
The children, I guess. Is it about the children?
But what of the children? Yeah.
Is it the children thing?
The children.
Got to worry about the children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you want to worry about the children, how about you make a baseball game affordable? Because that puts a lot of stress on Daddy and everybody else.
Yeah. Very, very expensive.
I think that has way more lasting effects than, a stupid fucking home run slugger, eating horse shit so he could hit home runs further.
Yeah. I had the children over my house yesterday in the pool.
Aww.
A lot of the children. It was a big day for the Tefts, the Teft family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good pool day.
Little Riley swam for the first time without her floaties on.
Whoa.
Yeah,
it
she
was
decided to just throw them off. And
it was so funny to watch a kid almost drowning. Like, I was so stressed out watching because she'd be swimming, but the water's going over her nose just enough though she gets her nose out and breathes a little, and her eyes are giant. She's like, ah. I was like, oh my God, the kid's dying in my pool.
It was cool.
Jesus Christ. That was crazy. We were laughing.
Everyone loves Anthony's pool.
Oh, who doesn't, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Kids made a slide.
Make my white trash slide. They take the floating mats that you just lay down on in the pool. They take those and put them from the jacuzzi down the waterfall into the pool and then slide down.
Good for them.
It's like,
yeah, I mean, if he's not going to build a slide,
right? They'll
they're gonna have to do it
fucking
themselves.
yeah, Lord of the Flies, fucking kids building shit.
Well, here we got John.
Oh.
John's going to explain steroids to everybody.
Steroids.
Because we don't know this.
No, we don't.
Go ahead, John in Philly.
Well, just, I mean, I've lifted weights all my life since I was 13.
Braggart.
I've had a ton of friends who have done steroids.
So do we. He's in the other room.
There it is. Welcome back.
Now that we're in our mid-40s, I have them, they're getting their hips replaced, they're having organ failure. So there's no doubt. Here's the problem. The problem is if you let other people do steroids in baseball, it's the guys who are clean who are getting affected by it. They can't make the money. It's not fair to them. It really doesn't make sense.
But it's not
fair to me.
Thank you.
Look,
it's not fair to the fans.
I'd like to play. No,
Right.
no, not even fans. I'd like to play. Hey, it's not fair to me that you guys are better than me.
So that should be the norm. You either take steroids or you go do something else with your life because the fans want to see it.
Stop.
I'm not. Why are you saying? Hold on, John. I'm not even fucking joking. So stop with the stop. Fans want to see some crazy shit if they're going to a game.
Yeah, what you're saying is ludicrous.
Not really, because I don't care about them.
Next thing you know, you want an amped up bat so you can see a power run. Then just go see a
Dude, if you're making $10 million a year to play, to do a job 10 minutes a day on the field, then I want to see some shit go down.
I want robot
you hung
bats.
up. Come on, John. Let's go with this.
Where'd he go? What did he hang up for?
He's very insulted.
I understand, morally and all that, but I mean, as a fan, when you go to the game, you want to see the guy. If it's a basketball game, you want to see him score 60, 70, 80 fucking points. You want to see him jump completely over another guy because he's taking some shit.
Yes.
I don't need goody two shoes athletes.
Nope.
I want world records. I want massive home runs, and I want a football player to get paralyzed every once in a while because they're hitting so goddamn hard. So what happened, Jimmy? So this went from, believe it or not, a handshake to A-Rod somehow. I don't know.
Oh, on the.
I'm back to the dates.
Oh, right.
So there was a little hand. Did you shake her hand after lunch?
Yeah, but then she's like, "Oh, give me a hug." So we hugged. And again, she was really nice. So then I went and I gave her a hug, and then the other girl I was texting with, and she was nice. She would have hung out.
Oh man!
But I never wound up connecting with her. Because I napped, and again, I was so busy trying to get sets to get this gala set. I was getting 2 sets a night if I could to try to prepare.
Right.
And I've Leno this Friday, so I had to work out that material. Which, you know what I mean? I'm trying to. It's like I had shit I had to do.
Yeah.
So then we went out on what night did we all go out?
Oh, that was sex night.
Friday.
Right? Yeah.
That was Friday night.
Friday night.
Sex night. How was sex night?
Went to the strip club.
How were the strip clubs up there? Yeah. They looked a little weird. That
the girls were a little chunky.
They were chunky.
Couple of
well,
them.
there were a couple of very attractive girls in there.
Yeah.
But there's some really chunky girls walking around.
Where'd you guys go?
One of them on the fucking.
Yeah.
One of them on the. They say
cool
like
name.
contact dance. The lap dances up there, honestly, are very sexy because you can touch them. It's like it's what you want an American strip club to be. But I'll say for the record, as a rule, there is nothing worse than the breath of a Canadian stripper.
Oh, wow.
Fuck,
wow.
What happened?
Fucking, it was.
That's some other guy's cum.
Oh, God.
Dude, at least I would have recognized that. This was some weird fetid, like flu growth breath.
Jesus.
And when she's grinding on me, she gave a great lap dance, and she's like, "Do you get any gum?" Like I gave her gum, and it's still.
Wow.
It was like throwing a Tic Tac into a pile of elephant shit.
Really?
Oh, it was.
Oh my God.
And then I got a couple other girls. The little hot one that I got, And they were sexy, and their breath smelled great. But then there was another one I got who had like that. You know, it's a weird, dry cigarette breath, end of the night liquor. It's not the sexy little smoky breath you can get. It was dry cigarette. It was like fucking what you think Edgar's breath should smell like. and she had a big fat puss, and she was one of the chunky ones. But I could only do one dance with her. She was playing with my nips, and she was really sexy.
Oh, man, a trooper, but you couldn't do it.
Yeah. And I interrupted one of Anthony's dances by mistake. Looking over.
That was hilarious. He just looks over the little boothy thing. Hi.
That's Chip.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you guys doing in there?
Yeah, what are you doing in there?
What's going on?
Fucking laughing my ass off.
That's really funny.
That's funny.
But there was only like fucking 5 girls dancing.
Yeah, there wasn't that many girls.
It was empty. For a Friday night, it was empty.
When you walk around Montreal, it's just those black doors, and then you don't know if you should go in
I don't
or
know
not.
what's going on.
And then they're on the second floor, which I found a little strange.
We go upstairs.
They looked, I don't know what they looked like.
Seedy.
Seedy, right?
Yes, seedy.
Seedy could be okay, I guess, but
seedy.
It didn't feel welcoming. Mm-hmm. Like when you walk around New York, you got the guy out front with a top hat on. Whoa,
Hey,
come on in, gentlemen.
Come on, sir.
Follow me, gentlemen.
But then they want to rip you off, and they don't give you anything. And no, don't go near the ladies. You can wave at them across the room. Don't cross the police tape. But I tell you here,
remove your hats, gentlemen.
Yeah,
$10 a lap dance. $10.
Really?
Fucking yeah, $10, man.
Yeah, not like fucking here. 40.
Is it the same fuck? I have $120 of that dumb money because I stood on the fucking currency exchange line. And it takes hours in the airport to do. I don't know what they do.
Next time, go to the bank.
Crazy.
Take care of it at your bank.
No, I know, but I was like the next morning, and it's like
I threw it away because I've never seen anyone use Canadian money in America, so I just assume it's useless.
The exchange rate
as soon as
is
you get back in America.
It's not much with a couple of bucks, but boy, did they get me at that casino.
Really?
When I went to leave and at the airport, I cashed in a few dollars from the casino, and yeah, you can notice it at that point.
Yeah, you did well at the casino, huh?
Oh, boy.
Did you?
Did I ever? Yes, I did. Yeah, I went to, sat down at a table and never got to the point where I had to dig in for more money because the chips were gone. What's that? I had to dig in because I had some double downs that I had to do, but then never lost the money back. Was there for a while, just kind of holding steady and a little higher, a little much, and then just went whoop. Had a few really good hands in a row. Yeah, I was at a table with a couple of Saudi guys, and we had a great table, good time. We were laughing and beheading some dealers.
Were they cool?
Yeah.
Like you guys were talking and stuff?
Yeah,
nice.
Having a great time, and yeah, I wound up doing very well. Yes, and I have a fuckload of Canadian money I have to get rid of. I got to go exchange some, take some to the bank.
How very well?
Spread it around a little. Spread it around.
People want the number. What would you say to that question?
Yeah, about, I guess.
Oh, you're going to say the number? You usually don't say the number.
Oh, that's under.
Is it a new car?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I could buy a car with it.
Like a Rich Voss special?
Yeah, what kind of car?
Online?
Exactly. That could be $1,500 if you're talking Voss language.
It's brand new to me.
I could buy a pretty good brand new car.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Look at Jimmy's face.
Fuck, man. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's a lot of cake.
It's under that. It's very close to that. People were counting the chips.
What's that?
Was it around
the pictures.
this?
Just under that.
Wow.
Wait, how many? Let me see your hands. How many did you?
No, because I think you kind of tweeted what you did.
At one point, I had 40.
You did. So
yeah.
you go to Anthony's feed, you'll find it.
Exactly how much.
Yeah. I had 47.
You're up 47 G's.
At one point.
Wow. No, Trav.
I was up 47 at one point. Wow. And then I dropped 10 and decided I'm leaving.
That's smart.
I am fucking leaving.
We live in such different worlds. Like, if I was up $50, I would be so happy.
Wow.
I'd say I could pay a credit card bill this month. And we just, it's so...
How about if you were up 47,000?
I would say, oh my goodness, I've just doubled my salary.
Wow. Damn.
Now I can pay rent for a couple of years.
A couple of years.
Yeah, it really is odd when you look at it.
Yeah, but you don't... I don't think Ant talks about times he takes the hits.
No. I'm just saying that you know.
Yeah. I definitely talk about the times
it could work the other way, where it's like, fuck, he's in the hole for
like
something large.
The first night out, I started with 2,000. I built it up to 12, and lost it all. So it was like, you know, I was, and then I left because we had the show to do the next day.
Right.
Thank God I left.
Let me say hi to Mike in Baltimore. Mikey.
Hey, what's up?
Welcome aboard, Mike.
Ooh.
What's up? Love the show.
What's up?
I was just going back to the baseball topic you were talking about earlier. I don't know if you guys have heard of Chris Davis.
Travis,
we've all heard of Chris Davis.
Is he an Oriole?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, number one in the league right now, home run.
Yes.
How many does he have?
37. He hasn't hit one since the All-Star break.
Oh, really?
Oh, he hasn't?
But he's been hitting a lot, right?
Yeah.
Obviously,
he hit a lot before he went to the home run derby.
37?
Yeah, 37.
All right, cool. He's just going crazy. Every game I would watch, it was a grand slam. It was crazy.
Yeah, now, you know, like, you hit 37 home runs and everybody just automatically assumes you're doing steroids, which really sucks for these guys. Like, what if Chris Davis is completely clean, you know? Like, now everybody thinks that if you ever hit, you know, more than 30 home runs before the All-Star break, well, you've got to be doing something.
Oh,
you know?
As soon as he hit 30, everybody was going crazy.
Yeah.
Writing stories about how he was going to aim for 60 by the end of the season.
Yeah, because now everybody talks about, you know,
yeah.
oh, well, what's the real record? Is he going to break Roger Maris's record? And then will he be the clean home run champion?
Look, man, we all loved when McGuire fucking did what he did with Sammy Sosa. No, there was no complaints.
Even if you're against steroids, you can't deny that wasn't a ton of fun when you were watching it.
It was amazing. That's what I'm getting at. So I don't care that, you know, fucking McGuire's bones are probably fucking rotting away right now as we speak. I don't care. He gave us a good time.
I'm all for steroids, too. I think, in my opinion, Chris Davis is clean, but...
I think you'd have to be a real idiot to do anything in this day.
Right.
You know?
And age.
And I was going to say that.
It doesn't sound right with just day.
Yeah.
All right, Mikey, thank you. Let's go to Rob in North Carolina. Rob.
Yeah, how's it going, guys?
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, I'm in the Marines, and I think that everybody in all sports and the military should be given steroids for free. Because in the sports, I watch it because I want to see some fucked up shit happen. And to that sports player, because as I left for work, and as I turned on your guys' show, because I listen to you guys every fucking day. Every time I get a fucking chance, even when I was in Afghanistan, I would listen to you guys.
Wow, that's just stupid. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
And I watch sports,
yeah,
so I can see some shit happen. And if they're taking roids for our amusement, good on them.
Right, yeah.
And when Ed Sater a couple years back was crying about it, that his favorite pastime has been ruined.
Who said that?
Well, fuck you. You guys ruined America with your politics.
Who?
Wait, who said America's pastime was ruined?
It was some senator, some fucking dickhead that was crying to McGuire and Sosa about the shit like 5 years ago.
Oh, when they did the in front of Congress thing.
McGuire.
Well, I played baseball for a while.
What happened to him?
Right.
Where's the big guy?
Right.
And these guys are getting paid millions of dollars. If they're taking steroids under a doctor's supervision, I'm sure they'll be fine. They're not some person that goes to the gym that's taking steroids on their own without a doctor's supervision and just going by what an online forum says what to take.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to pick where, like, you know, like, but you do feel for the other guys too, like, if they don't want to take, like, I don't know.
But steroids has proven that it
helps. You're panicking.
Yeah.
Relax.
Jeez, you hear him?
We're not solving the issue, sir. We're just chatting.
Take them, then fucking boo-hoo. Go fuck yourself.
Well, no, because
I'm just saying I don't give.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying I don't give a fuck. Obviously, it's not going to be my way.
Yeah, if you don't want to take them, you shouldn't.
Let off the guys' back that are taking them. I don't know.
Right.
Well, I mean, if you don't want to take them, like, say you don't feel it's good for you, maybe you just. It's kind of hard to go right now compete with guys who are under the same. Financially, it's a huge advantage. That guy who said that before was right. It's a huge financial advantage.
I understand in the end, trust me, but I mean, baseball tickets are pretty expensive. So when you go to a game, you want to see some shit go down.
It's like where I live in North Carolina, I'm in Jacksonville. I'm stationed at Camp Lejeune. I've been in the Marine Corps for almost 9 years.
Oh, right.
And Jimmy, I saw you in October of 2010 in Raleigh.
Whole life story, man.
Thank you.
All right.
It's amazing. I'm surprised the Marine is being aggressive. See you, man.
All right, Rob, thank you.
Killer.
Yeah. If you want to take him, let him fucking take him. All right. Good point.
So you're
Guys ready to take a hill.
So you're texting the other girl that lost the dating game, technically, even though it was a close call.
Yeah, just chatting, and she was very nice too.
And you just couldn't. Because you were getting ready for the gala.
And I didn't. We probably could have hung out, but then I'm like, I'm really gotten weird with like pursuing possible sexual I'm just getting older, and I'm like not as crazy about it. Like I still am a dirtbag. But it basically has to be an open mouth tumbling into my lap. I just can't fucking chase it that much.
You don't want to
anymore.
put the work in.
Nah, I'd rather jerk off. I mean, and that's something I'm back to doing a lot of. So that addiction is kind of kicking. Like I was doing good for a while, but now it's like I'm jerking off a lot, and it's fucking my sleep. Whatever, man. I'm kind of annoyed at myself, but I'm happy I did those sets because the night before the gala, I had shit sets the whole time. Montreal's not a great comedy city for me at all. I do okay there at best. I never destroy up there. And the night before the gala, I finally found the set that I wanted to do at the Comedy Works. And then, it worked. But it's like weird, like the Paula Deen bit I do, where in the bit, I'll tell you what I say in the bit, is up there, racial stuff is so much different. Because they don't have the exact same history we do up there here.
Right.
And the bit about... The point of the joke is that I hate phony white people acting offended because people use celebrities to make ourselves feel better. So white people just can't walk up to their black friends and go, hi, I never say nigger. But if Paula Deen says it, then you can go, oh, look how terrible. That's the point of the joke. Yeah. But I say the word nigger in it for that reason. But I did that in Canada. Silent.
Really?
And it does well at the Comedy Cellar and everywhere else in New York because people understand the context of it. I'm not gratuitously throwing it out there. But up there, just that word. But then I'm like, maybe they just don't have the same history. So the backlash that maybe the white people up there aren't feeling this politically correct backlash. And they don't care about it. And like I was talking to somebody from the festival about that, and she goes, "Yeah, racism is just so abhorrent." And I was like, I got annoyed that she said that. Then I'm like, well, she's right. like it's amazing how jaded I am to political correctness because somebody says racism is abhorrent and I want to argue with them. Yeah, of course it is. Like sometimes it's hard. I got to make sure I'm pushing back against political correctness, but not to the point of siding with something that I genuinely don't agree with. Right, like racism. It's like I don't want to make the wrong statements either.
It's nice to be out of the race mix.
Yeah,
for a few days.
It was
up
chill.
There.
It was so chill
nice.
up there.
No bullshit.
You're talking about the mixing of races?
Yes.
Okay.
But
yeah.
It was just nice to,
Right.
I didn't feel compelled to tweet every second because of it. And, yeah, very cool.
All right, we'll break here.
Yes, dinner.
Just getting started. I'm sure we'll have more Montreal stuff.
Yeah.
And,
certainly.
We got Insane Clown Posse coming in.
9 o'clock, yes.
Wow. Are we ready for them?
Are you down with the clown?
I'm down with the clown.
Do we have a prep sheet for them?
Sam's making one up right now because
Sam
Sal decided
lives
to
it.
take a personal day.
What?
I don't know. I got an email.
We were gone for a week.
4:30 in the morning, taking a personal day.
What is he doing?
Right.
Didn't send a prep sheet.
He had it easy last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, why didn't he send a prep sheet?
I don't know.
Unless somebody in his family is dead.
He's just making a statement.
Well, he was here yesterday.
He's
Maybe
making
he died yesterday.
Wait, he was here yesterday.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Actually, maybe he took the day off.
He's making a statement because we didn't bring him to Montreal, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah, maybe. Maybe he's saying, fuck you guys. I did a lot of work.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah, well.
look at that Zito guy.
So, Sal, yeah. Who?
Ugh, Zito. Never again.
I have to defend Mark Zito on principle because he helps me get pictures. He's been a trooper.
Did he?
Yeah. Boy, you didn't like him? What happened?
I don't know. I just don't like him. He works for Greenstein. We don't need Greenstein people around. I don't even know why he was there.
Do you think he was reporting back?
I don't know.
Might have been.
Why was he there?
Promotions.
What promotions?
Checked audience members in.
Who
Made
cares?
sure the signs were up.
Oh,
We
boy.
got people that could do that.
Say signage, Travis.
Why was Zito there, Sam?
No reason.
Right? Thank you.
He was there.
Because this place refuses to pay anyone, and then they do something stupid like that.
Yeah.
Well, they don't.
I would have rather take that and dumb money. It was probably a couple $1,000s to send him and give one of you guys a quick raise. Why was he there?
He was there because nobody from promotions wanted to go, so they made Zito go. I mean, he didn't even need to hang up the posters. He was supposed to just go and hang up posters.
Why did nobody want to go from promotions?
He gets to go to Montreal for 3 days to hang up posters. That's the truth,
and
right?
he didn't even have to do it.
Roland posted photos on his Facebook of Zito sleeping.
I saw those.
While the show was on.
Right. But the company has no money.
No, they got money.
Oh yeah, they do.
I mean, have you seen the
stock is
stock?
through the roof?
Yeah.
$375.
This company's doing very well.
$375.
And over 25 million subscribers. We're doing just fine.
Damn.
Well, then why aren't they paying anybody?
Because they like having the money.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, Scott drives me nuts sometimes. I have a love-hate thing with him because I also own stock. So part of me likes the fact that there's a fucking lunatic Axeman running everything and fucking chopping everybody's heads off and keeping things flowing because the stock is going up. So I'm like...
But it's going to all collapse eventually because they're not... Oh, whatever. It's a theory I got, which I know I'm right about, but fuck it. It's going to bore the shit out of people. You gotta pump money into the actual company though to keep it going, or the whole thing will collapse.
Oh yeah, it will for sure.
There's another. Tim Sabian's gone or not? What do we know? Because now I'm hearing Jeremy's going to run Howard's channels.
Did you hear that?
So that means Jeremy is going to take on more responsibility. So they're getting rid of another job around here. Eventually, that's going to really just fucking collapse the whole thing.
Unless he's taken that job and being replaced. I don't know. Unless his old job is getting replaced. I don't know.
No, that's not how they do
it.
it. They just give people more responsibility around here.
That is generally what happens, yeah.
And as we go to break in, Anthony's eating, which, you should be. I just want to point at something.
Yeah.
My penis.
Still here. This is still here.
What is?
Yeah, I told you.
We're pointing at Eric.
It's still here. But before we left for Montreal, Steve Blatter came in here, and I go, Steve, just get rid of the clutter. He goes, it'll happen today. How long have we been talking about this clutter?
Can we get rid of it, or do they have to do something?
Have to get rid of it.
They do.
And they said they would get rid of your screens at
Those
least.
screens, yeah.
What is going on?
It looks like I gotta say, Anthony's section there with that fucking screens going up and down. It looks like a fucking construction area in the middle of the street.
For the people that don't know, we have a shitty small studio, but we're like, at least cut the console and clean up the place. You know, it'll give it a better appearance, right?
Yep.
And one of the things we said to the guys we talked to, how long ago was the talk with the engineers? Seriously.
That had to be
a month and a half ago?
Yeah, I would say a month and a half.
A month and a half ago, they're like, we're going to get right on this. We're going to fucking redesign. We're going to push your... It's all this stuff that needs to be done without fucking totally boring the audience. And Dan has these two giant screens in front of him. He doesn't even use anymore. So we're like, look, get rid of the giant screens. That'll free up a little space. There's just a bunch of keyboards in the middle of all of us that are just sitting there that none of us have ever touched in our lives. There's a huge old school fucking phone that's just sitting there. If we need the phone, that's fine, but you can put it somewhere else, tuck it away.
It doesn't need to be there, right.
So I'm like, look, I know how this place runs, and to redesign the whole studio, it's going to take a while. We're not stupid. We've been around long enough to understand how things work. I go, but at the very least, could you just clean up some of this shit? That'll really help a lot.
You got it.
They said no problem right away. That was a month and a half ago.
Right.
And then a couple weeks later, I'm like, I go to the guys, Gary, or they're all the same fucking faces to me. I'm like, look, the clutter's still in there. Yeah, we're going to get to it. And then Steve Blatter comes in right before he left for Montreal. I go, Steve. He goes, you know what? You guys are absolutely right. There's, there's no excuse for this. This stuff should have been removed. I will make sure it's removed immediately today. That was like 4 or 5 days ago. We come back, and it's still here.
I guess that didn't happen.
And then they wonder why we beat them up. Troy Kwan in studio. How was Montreal, Troy?
Dude, I had a blast.
Yeah.
Troy's great. Troy's fun to hang out with.
Yeah. It was really fun hanging out with all you guys, too, man. We really appreciate you taking us out to dinner and
had a good time.
Just hanging with us, man.
You're welcome.
It was a blast.
Anthony.
That was a lot of fun, man. We fucking hung out. Ate, drank, went to the titty bar.
Yeah, that was cool.
Fun.
How was the titty bar?
It was okay. I mean, we only had like an hour because the comedy show went a little later. It was like I was a little bummed out, honestly, though, by about Montreal's like sex industry. Because I sort of
you wanted to find the red light district. Well, you were convinced there was this whole red light district. I forgot about that.
Well, everybody's like, "Oh, Montreal's insane. It's like Amsterdam, and you think that you're going to go walk down and see, windows with, brothels with girls in it. And it couldn't have been further from the truth. You know what I mean? And then even like the strip club was fun, and it is cool to be able to touch the girls, but they have them so the guys that work there can come in and look in while you're getting a lap dance.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, oh, you really, because like I've been to some clubs where it's like a room and there's just some shady shit going on, and
I'm
that
sure
wasn't.
some of them are like that though. Maybe this is the only one we went into.
Yeah. We didn't really dig too hard. We just kind of went to the one that was down the street, but it was still fun. There was a real tall black girl that was Oliver Anthony. That was everybody was all laughing, and I was like,
Payback's a bitch.
I was like, Anthony, I'll jump on this grenade for you, and I took her in the back.
She took his hat off. She was flirting with him.
Really?
It was so funny.
I threw her a 10 to grab Roland.
To go away.
Oh no, I took her in the back.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was just like, nah, take it easy.
That's not his type.
Hey, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna be PC and waste the fucking time and effort.
And she was sitting there flirting with him, and Aunt eventually got tired of being coy and just started going, no.
She wasn't that hot. If she was really hot, it would have been different. She wasn't that hot.
She was just all right.
She wasn't.
She was all right.
Hot at all.
How was the dance?
It was good. She was hotter. It was hotter than the other girl that I had there. But they open up your shirt and they're like sucking on my nipples. I'm like, all right, cool. So I kept like throwing money, like, okay, where are we gonna go with this? And it was like, oh, that's it. And I'm like, all right.
I was sucking one girl's nipples too.
Jesus.
Wow. Jesus.
Yeah, I was kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah, he leading. So you had fun. What did you? There was a brothel across the street. Did you wind up going to it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you heard about that? Right.
An actual brothel.
Yeah. Who was telling me about that?
I went up and like just rang the buzzer and I looked in and I was
heard
like,
some fat girl came to the door and
I was like, yeah, no, this is not happening.
A fat girl came to the door.
I mean, it was just like, I don't know why you would
How
represent
bad, like Anthony Weiner's broad that was in the paper yesterday?
bigger than her.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'd fuck her. I wouldn't fuck this
You'd
girl.
fuck the Anthony Weiner broad?
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, big
They
girls
don't always have to be hot.
Big girls
I
give more.
understand all that, but
big girls give more. You got to remember that.
That one's rough, man. She's got a body like a pear.
You don't got to love the bitch.
Oh,
you got to marry her.
I understand they don't all have to be, smoking hot, but she's rough.
Oh, look at her right there.
Oh, she's rough. Get the
nice.
fuck out
I bet you
of
she's
here.
a
That's
lot of fun.
fuckable though. That's fuckable.
Yeah, I agree with Jim.
She's a big disaster, but she'd probably fuck you good.
No, start from the beginning, Sam. Is that the first picture? There's about 20 of
She's
them.
like,
This was in the Post yesterday.
Yeah, she's Frederica Bimmel body.
Oh, God.
Dude, that's not that bad. Though. That's definitely
She's doing
fuckable.
something.
No, she's sucking in her gut.
Yeah, I like
that
that.
picture. She said, "Look at that. That's a horrendous hiney, man."
It is, but you hold those hips and that big fucking fat ass is against your stomach like that. Oh, she'd make you come so good.
And she'd be
Look
so
at the
grateful.
huge bathing suit bottom she has on because they know she's
covering up the
horrendous.
gunt.
Yeah, she's
Oh my God!
Look at the gun sticking out.
Taylor Swift's another one with the giant bathing suit bottom. Those stupid bathing suits.
They're making a comeback, right?
I think she's hiding. I think Taylor Swift is hiding a giant line of pubes that goes from way down to her belly button. So she's got it covered up.
Dude, that's rough, Troy. Come on.
I mean, I've been worse. I've had worse. So.
Yeah, but you wouldn't go out of your way. Is what
No,
I'm saying.
no,
If it was presented to you, like, all right,
Yes.
what the fuck? But that's
If it fell in my lap, no, I'd have no problem with it.
That's the one who ratted on Anthony Weiner.
Yeah.
She's a fucking fat rat.
Yeah.
You fat snitch.
keep
A
going.
rat.
Keep
What
going
a
with the
fat
pictures.
tattletale.
And what's up with the tattoo on the back?
She likes to have fun. You can tell.
Look at that, leaning all the way back to kind of like hide some hurt.
What is this photo shoot about? Like,
She's just one of
Did
these
she-
broads that's like, all right, I'll get famous from sexting
yeah,
with Anthony
is that
Weiner.
what this is?
Yeah, she
But where's
sucks.
it going to lead to? Nothing. Look at that horrendous tattoo on her back.
The bottoms
It is a
are
bad tattoo.
hilariously
It looks
big.
like an hourglass tattooed on her arm.
Dude, that's a rough ass.
Maybe she's a big
That's-
Days of Our Lives fan.
That's the ass of it.
Oh, she's splashing, just having a little fun.
frolicking.
Yeah, it's fun.
Just having a little fun in the
Frolicking.
water.
They should show her laying there on the beach, like washed up.
and when they had her frolic like that because they realized the water would hide a lot of shit. But it's water between her and her face.
Who did it? The Daily News?
Post.
The Post did this exclusively. It was theirs? Their photo shoot?
Yeah.
Frolicking
Oh, believe me, then. They don't want to cover anything. They love the fact that she's a bit
pig.
of a mess and got out there.
An oinker.
It was funny to hear Troy in taxi cabs with French men driving these cabs trying to say, where is les prostitutes?
Oh, you did, Troy?
Yeah.
And what do they say?
some of them just didn't even know what I was talking about. And I took out my money, and I would say money, and I'd show like tits, and then I would give the like fucking sign with my hand.
The universal sign for fucking.
Finger in the hole.
I put up my arms like, where do I go? It wasn't happening.
They can figure it out.
And then we were fucking with all the waitresses and just having fun with them because nobody understands American slang.
No.
So you start saying some crazy shit.
Yeah, he was like, he kept flirting with this girl in Dairy Queen.
Oh.
And he'd be looking at her and going, I like those shoes. And she'd go, I don't know.
I told her shoe game was tight.
I think, your shoe game is tight, you know? And she goes, no, I don't know. And he goes, your shoe game is tight.
You just throw to her. Those are just alien words,
right? It's rolling,
you're throwing out. Yeah. Yes.
You like Mark Zito?
No. He rubbed me the wrong way this trip.
Why?
Oh, he rubbed you.
Yeah. As a guy walking around the hallway, he's fine. But just seeing his work ethic, seeing him there, like it was just the company just wasted their money.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
What was his job there? We're all trying to figure it out. Just to hang posters?
Well, he said that, and then he said, well, my job is done. He's like, he didn't even have to do his job.
No.
So I know that Sam had needed something for Colin Quinn, I think.
Well, there were a couple
He wouldn't
times.
step up and do just dumb shit.
No.
He wouldn't clean up your oatmeal.
Yeah, but that's going to sound like I'm a diva or something. But
no, it wasn't just that.
Well, sometimes I'll say this.
But I ran into the back to take a leak, and he just refused to clean it up.
Well, if there's
I
an
would clean it
on-air
up myself, is what I'm saying. But I was elsewhere.
If there's an on-air spill, anyone from the staff should come over and like just try to help clean. It's not being a bitch to come over.
Or
and
come
clean
over
up an
with
on-air
stuff
spill. Yeah,
where I could clean it up. I didn't even have anything I could clean it up with.
He said, did you ask him to do that, or bring
he said no.
His quote was, "I'm not doing that."
But then he wouldn't even go get something for you.
Right, and then, like, I think Colin or somebody
who does it?
needed
I'll
equal.
do it myself. I don't give a fuck.
And it's like, I need you to go up and get equal for him. And he was just so slow-moving about it. Like, he would do it, but he wanted to make sure that he was doing it on his time. So he wouldn't do it now. He would do it in 30 seconds.
Good luck to you.
And then Roland needed something as well, and he was just sitting there sleeping. He wouldn't get up out of it. And every time I'd go out to the bathroom when the show was on, he's, like, sprawled out on the couch sleeping.
Oh, shit.
And it's like, really? Like, this is what the company's paying this jerk off to do?
Damn.
And that's just the beginning of it.
You didn't like him socially.
Well, no, because every time we went out, when we went out the first night, we're like, okay, let's go out to dinner with him, whatever, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. And just every time you say something, like if it's something private between me and Sam, he'd always try to butt his nose into it. And you could just tell he's looking for information to tell the bosses. Like, you could just tell he's just slimy like that.
Oh, shit, really?
And if I think you're a fucking snake like that, you're done. I'm not fucking with you at all.
Yeah, I don't like that.
No.
Yeah. So he just rubbed me the wrong way. And he wore the same goddamn clothes the entire time. He had his hat hanging off his head, and I couldn't understand why he was doing that. And then somebody said that's because John Mayer does that, and that just was like, you gotta fucking be kidding me.
Oh, no, really?
The hat hanging off the head.
Well, he's like weirdly obsessed with John Mayer.
I like John Mayer's new song, though.
Yeah, I mean, John Mayer has fine songs, but to be obsessed with him.
No,
wow.
That's with John
To
Mayer.
the point where you hang your hat off your head like he does?
He had a John Mayer hoodie on the whole time. Like,
Literally every day we were in Montreal, he was wearing the same John Mayer hoodie.
Wait, does it say John Mayer on it?
Yes.
Really?
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
So what is the hat hanging? I don't know what that is.
You know, it's like he kind of wears his hat on like the back of his head, so like the.
Well, he
front-
has to. Mayer has a giant head.
Yeah, he doesn't have a
has
hat
to.
that fits. That's
Yeah.
all that's about.
It's a look now.
But John Mayer's a rock star. Mark Zito's just a fucking asshole. You feel me on that one?
I already said it. I don't really know the guy, so.
But your instinct is.
I don't like him.
Right.
There's something about him. He seems entitled or something. There's so many fucking people in this world that are just entitled without even doing anything yet.
Right.
And then when you do something and make something of yourself, you still shouldn't be entitled.
He's just slimy. He's a slimy dude. He's just a guy you can't be trusted. I don't think, in my opinion.
You don't trust him?
No, fuck no. Especially anything. He's always searching for something to take back to the bosses.
Really?
Yeah. That's
know
just my vibe.
Know what that gets you in prison?
What's that?
The old shank.
Yep.
Right out there in the yard.
Yeah.
Just shank someone like that.
So it was just my goal to completely get rid of him as quickly as possible at any time we were hanging out with him.
He's all right. He's not gonna do the bus trip, right?
God, I hope not.
No,
Maybe we'll need somebody from
No, we'll make
promotions
sure
there.
that doesn't happen. Because that's our next trip, I believe. It's going down in a couple months.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Month and a half.
16th, I think it starts. September 16th.
September.
What day is that? Monday?
Yeah. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Well, and that's not the next show trip. You know, I mean, that's the next full show trip.
What?
The next trip that show members are going on.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Is to Cave and Rock, Illinois, in about a week and a half.
That is true. That's a week and a half. It's the 20th of August, right?
No.
It's the 9th.
Oh, oh my God.
Yeah, you're
I thought I had
going.
more time.
You're going soon.
It's a week from Friday.
Week from Friday.
Jesus. A week from Friday you guys are going?
You guys should come with us.
You want to go to the gathering?
Yeah, no.
Why?
I got some waves to catch.
Maybe after you meet ICP today, I'll change your mind.
There,
Got some waves.
you know, hey, I'm sure the ICP guys are great, you know,
Awesome.
and they'll come in, we'll have fun and stuff, but the last thing I'd want to do is, you know, except for Jimmy, perhaps, but it seems like those people, I probably wouldn't want to hang out with them.
Come on.
Why would you want to hang out with them?
I bet you'd find a couple juggalettes you'd want to nail. They're probably right up.
I'm sure.
Juggalettes.
Probably right up your alley. I bet they're
Show me a juggalette or two.
All right.
Find us
Yeah,
some
you
juggalettes.
find me a hot one.
I was looking at pictures of naked juggalettes yesterday.
They do exist. I have seen them.
By the way, we finally have a situation that we've wished for a long time. Anthony Weiner will not drop out of this race, so
No,
we're going to
this
watch
is
this
great.
play out.
This is great.
That's his arrogance.
At this point, politicians drop out, and he's like, well, his quote today is, well, I want to let New Yorkers decide.
Look at these messes. Oh, my God.
Come on, Ant, right?
Right?
Huh?
Those
Yeah, they're not particularly good looking.
are so gruesome.
That's
The one girl on the end looks like me. On the far right?
Yes.
She looks like me.
Look at this, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What we got
all right.
there?
See?
Wait, they hang out like this during the
That's
festival?
at the gathering.
Yeah.
They just all walk around naked?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
It's Wednesday through Sunday. I mean, they're not going to be enclosed all the time.
They show off their nettins.
Yeah.
What's that?
That's what ICP calls vaginas.
Nettins?
Nettin.
Why?
I'm not quite sure.
So much better than, like, see, but, like, even that made-up slang is so much better than, like, Cavino and Rich's made-up slang.
Oh, yeah. Way better.
You know?
They got a couple good ones.
What do they call vaginas?
What was it?
Not nussy, is it?
I think that's like a girl, like a nussy.
There's a hussy though. But what's a vagina?
Where's Kenny? He knows all about those guys. I love when he talks about Covino and Rich.
More picks.
Covino and Rich?
Covino, right.
Yeah, Kenny
Oh,
knows that.
Jesus. What's going on there?
And I got news for you. Those girls like to have a good time.
Oh, yeah?
Kenny, do you know what Covino and Rich calls the pussy?
No, but their big thing now is they have deep thoughts. Like they'll think of a question, they'll post it on Facebook for all their fans to answer.
Like Harvey Levin.
Yeah.
What's a deep thought?
Yeah, give us an example of one of their recent deep thoughts.
Could you go to their Facebook page and?
Well, we're looking at the juggalettes.
Kind of looking at naked.
Yeah,
juggalettes.
I don't want to go from naked girls to fucking Covino and Rich's Facebook page.
Those aren't real girls; they're criminals.
Oh, E-Rock just reminded me in my ear.
What?
Pusetta.
Get some pusetta?
Oh, pusetta like my mother used to make.
Yeah.
Melt
Slice
your
it nice and
mouth.
thin.
Yeah.
You don't like that, Troy?
No.
Troy
Sucks.
Troy never disappoints.
The Opie and Anthony Show on Sirius XM.